Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Game Hub. I'm your host, GamerK, and it is July, ladies and gentlemen. We are finally in summertime. Okay, technically summertime's been a while, but regardless, it's here, and I've got a bunch of amazing videos to show you guys this month. And to start off is a very recent one. I purchased this game about a couple months ago, and it's a fun board game. I haven't really gotten the time to play it with people yet because people have been busy, but I hope to get people to play. It is by Skybound Games and published by Druid City Games. It is Wonderland's War, where we are going into the Wonderland to wage war on all the characters to bring our own brand of madness to Wonderland. And to show you how to play the game, yeah, the Game Hub isn't really big enough for me to do this, so we're going to go to another location. And with the power of madness, okay, technically video editing, but could you stop removing the magic from my videos? One of these days, I'm going to find out what that thing is. So, let's go. And here we are in the biggest table I have in the house. And here we are, the board of Wonderland's War. As you can see, it's very beautifully designed, and I love the art style of the people who created this game. So to start off, we obviously have the board. We have locations such as Pool of Tears, Wit's End, the Red Keep, Tulgey Woods, and the Meadow of Living Flowers. And in the center, we have the Tea Party. And it is very detailed. I really love all the little details. So, first off, we gotta decide who we're gonna play as. And in this game, you get to choose of one of 5 favorite Wonderland characters with their little, I'm not sure what kind of material this is, but very nice contrast and very nice quality game boards for each character. You have Alice. You have the Queen of Hearts. You've got the Mad Hatter. You've got the Jabberwock. And my personal favorite, and the character I will be using this for the demo, you have the Cheshire Cat. Or Cheshire Cat, as people like to say. So to begin, you will choose your character. And you will obtain all the accompaniments that come with said character. Such as their own personal set of chips, a 50 and 100 point score tracker, their faction discs and meeples, and 5 castles per character. And as you can see, all these lovely little cardboard standees, which are very, very nicely detailed. I love this one. They had a deluxe edition where they were giving out like full molded sculpted figurines and like casino worthy chips, but I do love this one because deluxe edition was only for the people who contributed to the Kickstarter. And you also will get a bag because this is a bag builder's game. So in order to start, you will get your mat and accompanying shield token. And then for the little discs, you put 1 disc on your leader strength there, starting at 1 or right on the symbol. And then you take these faction discs and you cover up these 4 abilities that you can unlock through the game by getting an upgrade ability, and you may be using it throughout the rest of the game. The last one will be right here at the far corner here of the score track, which as you obtain points, you will be moving your track throughout the game. And you will have 1 cube for the battle track, which will keep score during fight battles. To start the game, you and your friends will choose 1 of each character, and here's what you will obtain. Oh, you will also put 4 of your faction chips right next to your board, and those will unlock once you've unlocked an ability. So let's start building. So let's build our bag first. So, your starting hand is 4 standard faction chips, 2 of the artifact chips, 1 double madness chip, and 2 regular madness chips. And you just put them all on your bag, and throughout the game, you will obtain bags, you will obtain chips from various types, and you will put them all in the bag and to begin fighting. To start the game, I will be using these standees just for reference. You will start off by dealing out the cards for the Tea Party. The Tea Party is in 2 different rounds. Is in 3 rounds, not 2 rounds. I misspoke. So what you will do is you will place the Tea Party cards onto each spot on the board of the Tea Party. However, if you only have 3 party members in your game, put these tokens on top of the 4 and 5 seat so that you know not to put cards there. So we will be doing that for this. So yeah, we'll get rid of these 2 and just use these 3 to start. Then you will place the starting figure. Let me just move all this. I don't have fancy, whatever. So you will place the sword in the red keep. Take the shard die, give it a roll, and move the sword that many spaces. And that is where you will first battle during the first war phase. And then we move clockwise order. So from the Pool of Tears to Wit's End and all around until we get back to the Pool of Tears. And that ends the first war phase. And that ends the war phase. And according to the rules, the player who last drank tea will go first. Also, we have these 6 score tiles where you will shuffle them up each game and place them in the areas of each realm. These will, I'll use the one that we don't need for this as an example. Here will be the scoring for each round. 2 for round 1, 6 for round 2, and 12 for round 3. The winner of the fight of the battle in that will gain the points. Second place person will gain half of the marked points. Now let's get involved in the other stuff. Starting with each, aside from their own special abilities during the game, each faction leader also has their own unique abilities. Jabberwock has Fearsome Maw. At the start of your turn, if there are no poison chips in play, you may place any card. You may place one of any card. Oh, one on any card. Then if another player takes that card, they gain the poison. The Mad Hatter has It's My Party. Once per tea party, you may refill all the unoccupied tea party spaces and take any card without moving. The Red Queen is Red Army, which will allow her to place supporters into multiple regions. Alice is Strange Reflection. Whereas most characters will move around clockwise on the tea party, Alice moves counterclockwise around it. Oh, and my Cheshire Cat has Sharing the Madness. During the tea party, if I roll a 2 or 3 on the shard die, I give 1 shard to any player. So we begin turns. Firstly, we have the tea party phase, and then we have the war phase. Tea party phase, you and your other players will move around the table, no matter how many spaces you want. So for the sake, let's go for this one, and you take the card that you landed on, and you get its benefits. As you can see, this one allows you to play 1 supporter into a region, gain 1 card soldier chip, and acquire a quest chip. Acquire a quest. Moving players is basically this. All your supporters, you can choose whichever region you want to go to, place that many number of supporters to prepare for war. And then let me guess. Bear with me, bear with me. Each supporter chip has two different types of chips. Each one has their own strength, 1 or 2 for the cards. You will take the one depicted on the card. You will take said chip and place it into your bag, ready for battle. And you can also acquire quest cards, which you will just take a quest and keep it secret. Quests have certain challenges that you will complete throughout the game. If you complete said challenge, you will gain extra victory points. And at the end of game objective, if you accomplish the bottom one, you will get an additional 3. So overall, you will gain 9 extra victory points if you complete the entire card. Continuing on to what the allies are, you have 5 different allies to choose from. And that can be said on the ally cards. But first, we'll go to forging. Forged chips are incredibly useful, as if you draw one during... Maybe I should kind of do this. Anyway, continuing on to the Tea Party phase. Each Tea Party round will go through 4 turns a person. Once you've gone 4 times, you will place your leader into any of the regions to begin battling. Also, if during the Tea Party phase, if you go back to the head of the table, you must stop moving immediately, roll the shard die, and collect that much madness. Madness shards are awful. They provide negative victory points at the end game scoring. The black ones are accumulated at 1 per shard, and the white ones are 5 per shard. So you don't want shards, so get rid of them as much as you can. Some of the Tea Party cards have a sword on them. Once you obtain the sword, you will increase your leader's strength by moving the disc on top of said number. Gray cards will give you a choice. You may either take the above card. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties. There are also 2 types of cards during the Tea Party cards. You either have the split cards, which allow you to pick the top pick, or the bottom, and gain that. The symbol on the bottom here is upgrade, which will allow you to remove a faction disc from your board and unlock a special ability that you can use later in game. Corrupted cards. You can either take the shard die, roll the die, and gain the benefits with the block, or you may not do that and take the other option. And after you roll the shard die, once you hit the head of the table, you must Okay, that was not planned. Oh boy. That was not planned. Anyway, once you hit the head of the table, you must refill all the unoccupied spaces. Sorry if I feel all over the place. I'm just helping. I'm just new. But before the game starts, with the ally cards, you must choose what set of rules you want to play with. There are 4 different rules for each of the ally cards, for whichever rules you want to play by, A through D. Each card will have it won't change the strength of each chip, but each chip will have a different set of abilities during the game. For example, Rule A creature card will, when this chip is exhausted, return it to the supply and gain the other value creature chip to your exhausted pool. Or B, at the end of battle, if you have the most active creatures, place a supporter into any region. So yeah, I start by playing with Rule A, and then work your way up as you constantly play with friends. But going back to the allies, like I was stating earlier before I got sidetracked, that tends to happen to me a lot. You have 5 different types of allies to choose from creatures to the roses, to the flamingos, to the red rooks, and the card soldiers. You may choose whichever ones you want during the game in order to build your bag with some of the strongest abilities or some stronger chips that have not that so well abilities. Forged chips are extremely important because once you get one and you draw one and they're in your active zone, you may take any active chips in said battle and place them onto your tracks and gain the respective ability and gain the benefits from either removing a number of shards, gaining extra leader strength, gaining quests and more of your supporters, or increasing the value of your castles at the end of the game. And once you fill a madness track fully, you will obtain the artifact chip that has been locked off to you. So basically, you can play this game hundreds and hundreds of times with varying outcomes. And once all the leaders are in play, it is time to begin battling. For how many supporters you have in each region, you will begin battling by reaching into your bag and pulling out one chip and keeping your hand closed. All players must simultaneously reveal their chips at once. If it's a good chip, you will place it on your active chip and retain the abilities. And depending on the number on your chip, you will move your block that many spaces on the battle track. Once you land on, if you're on the battle track and if you choose to stop battling during the fight, all you gotta do is just pull out your hand during the draw and reveal no chips. That means you are now out of this battle section of this battle and the others continue fighting. However, if during the battle you draw a madness chip, you must remove that many supporters from the game and put it onto your madness track. Once your madness track is full, you take all exhausted chips that you have and put them all back into your bag. If you have no supporters in the battle region that you are fighting in, you have busted, meaning your score is set back to 0 on the battle track and you are officially out of that fight. Let's see, what else do I have to talk about? And as I've shown you with the ally cards, all allies have special abilities that will be activated once their chips have been drawn. And then we also have the Wonderlandian cards. And these come in 2 different forms. One as the Wonderlandian standee, which will be sent in, which once you obtain it after getting, is there a Wonderlandian card? Is there? Huh, there isn't. One sec. Here we go. Wonderlandian. Also, you will also put that many supporters on the top of the card into a region of your choice. So the Wonderlandians come in standee form and chips. The chips are the Wonderlandians' items that have their own unique abilities when activated and when played. Let me just find the correct one. Since I decided to choose the Walrus to be the explanation, here are his 2 Walrus monocle chips. Now each Wonderlandian chip has 2 copies of it, and you obtain both when you choose the selected card. Moving the board for a bit. I keep forgetting this because I'm not 100% professional of how to explain these games. During the beginning of the game, during each round of the Tea Party phase, you will place out 3 Wonderlandian cards to begin. You will place them on a side of the board or a spot where all characters or one player can be the keeper of each set of these chips and hand them out during gameplay when they are taken. So during the game, you may take, if you land on a Wonderlandian card, you take it, add the chips to your bag, and send your little Wonderlandians into battle with you. And again, each each card has their own abilities. For example, in this case, the Tweedles. You may place Tweedles into 2 regions. If you lose a Tweedle, move it to the region of the other Tweedle, and each Tweedle adds 1 strength to the battle. Or you can have the items, which are chips, which will help you. For example, the lock of unicorn hair. When played, this chip gains an extra 1 strength for each active chip you have with a different color border. The color borders are pretty explanatory. So the Wonderlandians have 1 color, the allies have 1 color each, and the Forge has 1 color. And your faction chips have the same color, so that would each count as 1. And again, if you draw a Madness chip and your standee is in the realm, you will also remove standee from the fight. So that was the Tea Party phase and technically the war phase. Oh, at the end, if you have 4 Tea Party cards during the Tea Party phase at the start of your turn, place your leader into said realm. At the end of Tea Party, all players gain an extra Madness chip, and the player with the most shards discards half their shards and gains an extra Madness chip. And they even have these little cheat sheet cards for each rule for each chip and for the rules of the Tea Party and the sequence of the war phase. If you win the battle, you will gain the points of said round, and you will get to place a castle in that region. You may only play 1 castle per region, since there's only 5 locations and 5 castles. I know this all sounds like sheer utter madness, but it's a game that, for people who love big board games that are about strategy, and this is definitely a game you should play, and I can't wait to find some friends to play this maddening game with. Anyway, after the war phase is done, you remove all the round 1 cards away and get ready for round 2. But you keep all cards that you obtain throughout your Tea Party phase. And the player who accumulates the most points throughout after the 3 rounds is declared the new ruler of Wonderland. And ladies and gentlemen, that is basically it for how to play Wonderland's War. Again, if I had played the game first, I would know a little bit more, but you know what? That's just how you learn the game. You start by playing. So I hope you all enjoy the game. Oh, one more thing I almost forgot. Shield tokens. If you get a Madness chip and you don't want to lose a token and you do not want to lose your supporter, all you got to do is flip your shield token to the unactivated position, return the Madness chip that you drew back into your bag, and redraw. I keep forgetting that. Shield tokens will only be reverted back to their active situation at the end of the war phase, or if you have an ability that flips it back up. So use shields wisely. And again, shards. You do not want them. So if you want the powerful cards, you're going to have to risk getting some shards. And once again, I said, the battle track right up here. If you land on a forge spot and you're done battling, or you win, or you decide to pull out and you're out, you may forge 1 chip in your active chip zone. So if you land on a forge chip and you have a forge chip activated, you can forge twice. But if you bust during the fight, you lose your chips to the exhaust pile and you do not gain benefits. And yeah, that's basically this maddening game. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this was a bit of help because, again, I'm not an expert in doing this. But thank you for joining me. Like, comment, subscribe down below. And join me next week, ladies and gentlemen, where I take on another mystery that involves some phantasmal hounds. This is GamerK, logging out. Okay, little bit of bonus for here. I was so talking about the majority of the game, I forgot about the wager card. So this is just a quick little thing. And yes, the Cheshire Cat is mostly to blame for this getting in here so late. I am sorry. If you are not battling in a region during the war phase, you may take your a wager card. Well, you have the wager cards and secretly guess who you think's gonna win the wager. Who you think is going to win the battle. And you must keep it secret during the battle. If you guess right, on the other hand, you will obtain an extra ally chip. And anyone who wagered and did not get it right will receive 1 shard. That's it.